Well, hi there. Me and my husband here, we just love to come to the Amazon, float around. We love the lifestyle. It's usually fairly private.
Well, there's lots on show tonight. On the huge final episode of Hamish and Andy's Gap Year South America.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to?
Ladies first.
One of the guys faces the most painful sting known to man.
You will be in pain. I know that, for sure.
Really great idea, guys. The last cultural eating is a big one.
Just for the record, what is the favourite plate?
Penis. Super penis.
Super penis.
I think you drew the long straw, Andy. And later, the biggest challenge of them all.
Show off.
A 42-kilometer run on the Amazon River.
Did we just hit Peru?
I think this is a first.
Oh, hello.
Final episode of Gap Year South America.
Incredible. Last episode, amazing series. Never going to forget it, Ando.
No.
Not going to forget this series.
No, I won't either.
And I'll never forget you.
Okay, I hope not.
Yeah, great. And I'll never forget all you guys either.
Well,
no, every single one of you.
No, that can't be entirely true because you don't really know them personally.
I take that. I'm offended. I am offended by that. When you have a presenter-audience connection, the vibe is incredible, isn't it? You really feel like you just connect with everyone personally. I feel very connected to you.
Okay, well, if you're connected with him, what's his name then?
Watch this. I'll probably just vibe it out. Don't say anything, just because of the presenter-audience connection. This will be really beautiful television. Shrinkston? Is it Shrinkston? Did you mouth Shrinkston?
Yes.
Is it? Shrinkston?
Yes.
Is that your
Yes.
name? Yes,
His
Shrinkston.
name's Shrinkston.
Yeah.
I don't think your name's
No, I got
Shrinkston.
it. No,
what is your name?
Alex.
Alex, right, okay.
Right,
It's
okay,
not short for Shrinkston or anything? No, okay. Here's the thing, though, just to prove the presenter-audience connection, try and vibe out my name.
No, he knows your name.
Okay, well, try and vibe out. This is a real one. What country do you think we go to first night? Don't just say the first thing that comes to your head, like really try and vibe it out. Shrinkston? Really?
Brazil?
Oh, the audience! Yes, he's got it!
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
What a god, that's incredible.
The first place we do go is Brazil. We went there to meet a tribe in the Amazon that have a very daunting coming-of-age ritual. The ritual involves a tiny yet ferocious insect, and it's a true test of manhood.
We flew to Manaus in the Brazilian Amazon and headed towards a true test of manhood.
After you.
Thank you.
I'm a gentleman.
Yeah, but I'm a hero, so I go first.
And the swear word to boot. That is manly.
Some 40 minutes up the river, a ritual awaited us, set up by the tribesmen of the Nimbear. It involved putting on a pair of giant gloves.
Ooh, no, what if your hands got too warm in the jungle?
No, it's not the gloves that are the worry. It's the hundreds of angry bull ants weaved into the lining inside them. An ant that possesses the most painful sting of any animal in the world. The idea is a true man can withstand it.
We arrived to the sound of spooky horns,
Hola.
where we met the chief and also our doctor, Darius.
Can we ask the chief, how painful is the bite? We read somewhere that it's like a gunshot.
Com uma furada.
Furada de fogo.
Com arma de fogo, assim. Yeah. It's like that.
It's like a gunshot.
A gunshot.
Yeah.
But many.
Machine gun.
A machine gun, yeah. I want to see this.
Not often does the doctor get that excited about seeing some pain.
Didn't you take an oath or something that you don't want to see anyone in pain?
No. You will be in pain. I know that, for sure.
With a genuine pain guarantee from the doc,
Just in case we weren't scared enough, they're playing haunting music.
we headed towards the village centre.
It's beginning to feel more and more like a death march.
The chief introduced us to the ants.
They are massive. They're squeaking.
They're so big. These ants are so big. They have voice boxes. You can hear them talking. Why aren't they running away?
Estão presa pelo abdômen dela.
They're trapped. Oh, it's
trapped.
Oh.
There are 700
See, not the
angry
bite.
ants mooning the inside of that glove,
the bite,
just
the
all
sting.
bare ass.
Look at them all, bums cocked and ready to fire.
It was daunting, so we decided there that only one of us would do it. We respectfully asked the chief whether he would mind selecting the least manly of the two of us, the man that would benefit more from this coming-of-age ritual.
We hoped he wouldn't be offended. Oh no, he's fine with it.
You want to go first or do you want me to?
Ladies first.
So the chief sat down with an orange,
It's not that manly.
but one of the ants on his hand,
Very manly.
and Andy was up first to plead his case.
Deep respect to the chief. I'm not saying I'm the most manly man, but I'm more manly than Hamish. Yeah, he did circus tricks instead of sport when we were at school. And he recently pooed his pants as an adult, and he wasn't sick.
E ele não estava doente.
Yeah, very baby-like. I rest my case. Thank you.
My job was done. Haim was up next.
Good luck.
Thank you,
It's a very
sir.
weak handshake from a boy.
Real men don't need to exert force all the time. How's it going, Chief? Good. You broke first. At home, I'm obviously in charge of my household. Not when my wife's there, but if she's out, then and it's just me and the cat, then I'm in charge of who goes in what room and what activities happen. Yeah, and also I recently bought a new car and there was an option for heated seats, and I just said no way because I'm a man. Thanks. I'll leave you with that. You know what to do.
I'd nailed it.
Oh yeah, I also made a baby.
What?
I made a baby with my body as
You
well.
made a baby?
Yeah.
Ele é pai. Ele conseguiu fazer bebê.
I obviously need to be a man to do that. And a lady, it's a team effort, but I'm just... Andy is childless.
And now I'd really nailed it.
So the chief returned to his tribesmen to discuss his decision, while we nervously watched on.
They're looking at you and they're looking at me.
But moments later, it had appeared that they'd made their decision and they moved to the table to prepare the gloves. This couldn't get any scarier. Oh, yes it could. The spooky horns have started. We took our position in front of the tribe. A lady performed a blessing on our hands. It was time.
He will choose which one of you will be the chosen one.
The chosen one.
Então chegou a hora de a gente escolher o nosso Merrin, se tornar homem de verdade.
That's the hour to choose the warrior that will be a man.
Well, we're both very worried at the moment.
And then he made his decision.
And you did a fake out, and you did a fake out.
I mean, yes.
I couldn't believe it. I'd been chosen. May as well have got heated seats for my car after all.
Can you take off
Take off all your valuables, because you'll be dead within minutes.
I actually don't know what to say because I'm so happy it's not me that I'm kind of in a bit of shock. I'm in a bit of shock.
Can you just go and get me 10 bottles of ant rid? Because I want to dip my hands in it.
I didn't have time, Ham, because the gloves were ready. The ants were angry. And the chief had spoken.
Oh, God.
And no one was ready for what was about to happen, least of all Hamish.
Oh, dear.
After this, everyone, it would be fair to say that, would it be fair to say, Han, that the ants lived up to their reputation of having the most painful sting on the planet?
Oh, as you're about to say, I'd barely notice it. Handle it pretty well.
You can be the judge after this on Gap Year. We're back to Gap Year South America. Before the break, Hayne was about to partake in a pain-based initiation ceremony that the boys of the Nimbear tribe in the Amazon partake in to become men.
It's probably fair to say I hadn't spent as much time as those guys thinking and preparing myself for this ceremony.
We were in the Brazilian Amazon and Hamish had just been selected by the chief to take part in a coming-of-age ritual that involved placing your hands inside gloves full of ants.
They are massive.
The ants, though, possess the most painful sting of any animal on the entire planet.
Ele vai ver o que ele vai fazer para depois ele repetir.
Take off my ring as well.
Haim was obviously still disappointed he'd been chosen by the chief.
My wedding ring from when I married my wife and then made a child with her as a man. Yep.
Yeah.
Did he consider the child aspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did?
Sure.
Okay.
Then the chief tied ceremonial shells around my leg for some reason.
It's a garter. He's giving me a bride's garter. And the ritual's finished. I didn't have to do the ants.
No, you did.
It's like really evil oven mitts.
And shake your leg, shake your leg,
Okay.
shake your leg, shake your leg.
I'm actually a bit nervous for him now.
I leant forward and presented my hands.
Oh, God.
Could I put these gloves on and keep my cool in front of the tribe?
Have mercy.
Obviously not. Jeez, with a couple of deep breaths, though, I felt like I'd be back to normal in no time.
Can I get you a Panadol? A Nurofen Plus?
What do I do? What do I do?
You have to dance to release the pain, Hamish.
Okay, can we dance then?
Jeez, I was going to be surprised if this helped.
Seems like a very strange directive from the doctor, isn't it? Just dance.
And evidently, it didn't,
Hang in there, buddy. Hang in there.
because Hamish soon commenced what we now know as the 6 stages of sting pain.
Shrieking.
Refusal to dance.
You have to dance.
I don't want to dance. This is the last time I've ever felt like dancing.
Screaming / and or swearing.
Sweating.
Some shaking.
Biting stick requests. Problem was, this went on for an hour, relentlessly.
Cold water?
Yeah,
How's that?
I need ice.
Yeah, I'll get you ice. I'll get you ice.
Toxin from the ants generates the worst pain a human is capable of experiencing. There was nothing I could do to help him, so I essentially stood by in shock at the reaction.
It's just not stopping.
We later found out that not only do these ants sting multiple times a second, but they release a pheromone telling any nearby ants to also sting.
Oh, dear.
Haim had been stung 100 times over.
Lie down.
By the 2-hour mark, Hamish had collapsed with exhaustion, but it was clear the pain hadn't receded at all. And the doctor offered up a suggestion.
Let's go to the hospital.
Oh, a bit of a worrywart there, Doc, if you ask me.
Obrigado.
No, seriously, thank you, though.
We made the hour-long trip back to the closest hospital where luckily the emergency doctors were able to treat Haim and I was able to find a seat.
Hola. Good one not to get. Thank you, Chief.
8 hours after the stinging, I was finally able to talk to my friend again.
How you feeling?
I think I prefer being stung by this big white wasp.
Morphine.
Yeah, he's a good wasp. That was unbelievable.
You look a lot like a man now, though, just so you know.
I grew an extra testicle.
The good news is, even though they felt like they'd been busted up by hammers, at midnight, I was able to get out of hospital and take my hands to Macca's.
And in case I forgot about my day in the jungle, for the next 48 hours, I was able to look down and be reminded of my sweet jungle memories.
Yeah. Sausage fingers.
Tough not to eat them. But I recovered, obviously, everything's back to normal, and we came back here to Buenos Aires, and we went out to find the animal with the most ferocious bark on the planet.
Dogs.
Dogs.
The people of Buenos Aires are huge dog lovers, so there is a demand for professional dog walkers. And these guys are pros, because look, they can walk 20 dogs at a time.
How come they all work so nicely together?
Because I'm the alpha one.
All right.
I'm the boss of the pack.
Dog whisperer.
Yeah.
And with so much pulling power available, we had an idea.
Thought we might have a little dog sledding race. Obviously, these are top-of-the-line sleds.
Yeah.
We just need to convince someone to give us a bunch of dogs. And then I think we've got a race.
Good luck.
So we went off to ask someone to lend us their dogs.
Okay, no good. No, it's fine, I'll get someone else. It's fine, I'll just talk to someone else.
Christian was happy to lend me his herd. Pack. Pack.
Well, yeah, like a sleigh, like Santa and his sleigh. Would your dogs be able to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
And Gabriella agreed to lend me hers, although they did seem a little unruly.
How many do you have in your pack?
Faltan un par.
She has 80 to 90 dogs.
80 to 90?
Sí.
I probably want to involve Kevin too, because I can see he's got a lot of energy.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We met at the starting line for the first ever urban dog sled race.
About time, my friend.
Yes, well, we just had a few team bonding issues. Specifically, Kevin and Chips are trying to have sex with everyone on the team.
And there were some pre-race nerves.
Okay, guys, all right.
But soon enough, we settled on the start line.
I want big guys at the front. I want little guys just working hard at the back, maybe stabilising me if you can.
Let's have a little bit of decorum. Please, I'd love to see a little bit less sniffing the other team's genitals.
On your marks.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Get in his face, Bongo.
Get set.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Sacame estos perros del camino que quiero pasar, por favor, eh?
There goes the rabbit. Here come the greyhounds.
Let's try that again. On your marks. Get set.
Go! Mush, mush, mush.
Arriba, andale. Andale.
Okay, the race wasn't off to a flyer, but moments later, my guys clicked into gear.
Yes, this is it. It's on. It's on. Don't fight each other. Run. Run. Too much fighting.
And we were making great ground.
My team, not so much.
Get it together, guys. You're racing like a bunch of cats.
And by the length of an entire track, it was victory for me and my wonderful dogs.
It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault.
Well done, my friend.
What happened to you, Damo? A lot of talk before the match. Nothing.
I know I was pretty rough on Damo, but at least not everyone was angry with him.
Still to come in this enormous Gap Year finale.
It's massive.
Yes.
Cultural eating is a real mouthful.
Just taste the tin.
I hope you're hungry, Andy.
Thanks very much.
The Amazon Marathon tests the absolute limits of an inflatable party toy.
Be careful with the piranha! Be careful!
Oh, did he say piranhas? And next is the final, Hamish versus Andy.
Would you like me to take a photo, everyone?
And they're taking their sweet time
Just checking the settings.
They haven't moved a muscle.
when they play photo stalling. That guy's not going nowhere.
To Gap Year, South America, it's time for Hamish versus
Andy. Cool. Tonight's Hamish versus Andy is simply called photo stalling.
And the idea of the game is pretty simple. You just head to a tourist attraction, you offer to take a group's photo for them, and then using any tactic you see fit, get them to hold a pose for as long as possible before finally taking a photo. The longer, the better.
Hello and welcome to Rio de Janeiro, or as the paparazzi in Hollywood might say, Rio G. De Niro. Keen photographers Hamish Blake and Andy Lee are in position for today's photo stalling event. But before we get underway, here's Ryan Shelton with the rules.
In photo stalling, competitors must approach unaware tourists, offer to take their photo, and then stall them for as long as possible before eventually taking the shot. But if the tourist breaks their pose before the photo's taken, all time earned will count for nothing.
Thank you, Ryan. And as we take in this magnificent Rio de Janeiro vista, Hamish Blake will start and has already found his targets.
Would you like me to take a photo, everyone?
He's in. Can he convert?
Hop in, everyone. Okay, here we go.
And stalling now.
I'm just going to select the scene.
Good start.
What do we got? Portrait, automatic, sport, night photo, celebration, beach, snow, sunset, sunrise, cityscape, night cityscape, macro, food macro.
What a camera.
Monument. I'm going to go on monument. Here we go. I'm going on monument. We've got a monument setting.
They haven't moved a muscle.
Just going to get it. Wait. Searching for the perfect angle.
33 seconds and counting.
Angle. Going for the ultimate angle.
Nerves of steel from Blake.
This is good.
He's got it.
I got it. Ultimate angle. I took it on monument.
Wow, monumental indeed. 41 seconds for Blake. Ryan's with him now.
Yes, Ian, I've got Hamish right now. Hamish, great stalling. How did you do it?
Yeah, thanks a lot. Sometimes with those mirrorless SLRs, I do have a problem with finding the focus. I was just using those as a bit of a... No, sorry, see you later.
Well, he's in a rush. He's got to get to the next stall. Back to you, Ian.
Lee now spots 3 targets, making a very sneaky approach. He's on now.
Did you want a photo of everyone?
Promising start.
Gracias. I did a photography course in Guatemala, so this shouldn't be a problem.
He's lying and we're stalling.
Hold that. Perfect. Might need a little bit of ISO exo.
What's that? Who cares? They're holding.
And touch more G21 in it. Yep, hold. Hold.
Oh, disaster! She's had enough.
Yeah, I didn't take one. Yeah, that's your shot. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Wow, Lee is fuming, not happy with himself as he walks away with nothing. Blake takes out round 1. Time for round 2. Blake could be on here with Peach Bike.
Do you want me to take a picture with you? Yes. In the background?
He is.
Okay.
And we are...
Ready?
Stalling now.
Here we go. Just wait for the lighting.
Lovely smile.
Hold on. Might just wait for the sun to go behind a cloud.
That pose is rock solid.
Or maybe even for the sun to set. This is great. A little bit more.
Well, Blake has this man in a trance. But we'll leave him for just a moment as Lee jumps at the opportunity of a second target.
But you want me to take one of all of you?
Textbook intro from Lee as Blake continues his run. Oh, Lee's roped in this family.
Okay, there's a pose.
And we're stalling.
Okay, hold that pose.
Those smiles are locked. But can you believe it? 38 seconds and Blake's still going.
Really beautiful. Hold, wait for the sun. Cosmologically speaking, it has to move. It will have to set. When it does, really nice light.
This is madness. Blake's risking it all here.
This is so good. My arm's getting tired.
Take the photo, Blake. Of course, if he doesn't, it could all be for nothing.
Moonlight would look good if we could hold till then.
No, typo. 55 seconds goes down the drain.
I didn't take it. You moved your arm. I could take it now, but there's nothing in that for me. Well done.
After all that, Blake walks away with nothing as we cross back to Lee, who just needs to take the photo now.
Just checking the settings.
Take the picture, Lee.
Getting focused now.
Screw the focus, Lee. Just press the damn button already.
Hold the pose. And...
Will they hold? Yes!
Perfect. Well done.
Thank God. It was close there, but it's all level, which can only mean one thing. Multi-pose!
In multi-posing, competitors must stall tourists by suggesting multiple poses. The competitor who converts the most poses into successful photographs wins the race.
Well, this deciding multi-pose round will take Blake and Lee to Sugarloaf, with undoubtedly Rio's best view. That means plenty of targets. Lee now floats down that stairwell with such confidence.
Oh, guys, do you want me to take it?
He might be on already. I think he is.
No problem.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get the Sugarloaf in the background. There's one.
Nice start.
And maybe one where you're hugging each other a bit more.
Stunning.
Yeah, that's nice. And then maybe like just dead straight.
It's all about momentum.
Off into the distance. Yeah, off into the distance.
Gorgeous.
That's good. Jumping.
It's phenomenal how they continually cooperate. But oh no, is it over?
Now I'm just facing off the distance. Silhouette, silhouette, silhouette.
No, he brings it back.
Gee, that's good.
Oh, that's a keeper.
Both facing each other like ABBA. Now you stay that way and you face me.
Classy stuff.
Fake moustache. Perfect. Now saluting.
Good level of encouragement. But oh, that's it. Yeah, they call it.
Okay.
10.
Thank you, guys.
Big score from Lee. He's happy. Blake will need 11 or more to win. Blake's on here.
Do you want me to get a photo of both? Both of you?
Pressure is on. It's Blake's final chance.
Okay, that's nice.
There's one.
One in love. And then maybe cuddling.
Good direction. 2 down.
And then do you want to hold the rock?
Playing with perspective, a favourite of Blake's.
1, a little bit lower.
3.
Hold it a little bit lower.
And doubles up for 4.
And a little bit higher.
3rd time's a charm for 5.
A little bit higher.
That's 6.
A little bit lower.
7 now. Can he hold on?
Just a little bit that.
No, he can't. It's all over. Blake finishes with a respectable 7, but it will not be enough as Lee wins. Ryan's with them now.
Wow, Ian, yeah, a lot of celebrations from Andy right now. You won. Yeah, I did. I mean, there's obviously only 27 poses in the world, and I think I use over half of them, so I can't believe it.
You've got to be very happy with yourself, and Hamish, not to be.
No. Do you want to just get a selfie of us, Rye?
Okay, great.
Looks good. The game's over.
Nice to know I've still got it. It is nice to know I've still got it.
He got me. I'm involved. Back to you, Ian.
Always good to get you involved in a very small way.
We go for a drink later?
No.
Back to you.
Take a hint, Ryan. Thanks for watching. My name's Ian Danter, and like I always say, shoot me from the left. That's my good side.
Andy, we're receives the coveted tiny golden camera there that he will treasure forever, no doubt. Best thing that's ever happened to you?
No, not.
Is it the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
No.
I know it's not the worst thing that's ever happened to you because that is next.
Coming up,
Almost went in the meat of anaconda.
the Amazon Marathon.
I think we're about to hit a proper storm, Ando.
Holy moly.
And next,
This is the soup, and this is the beans.
he's gonna be there for a while.
It's very hard to bite through.
Gapia, South America. It's time for our last cultural eating of the season, which is annoying for me because I have one to go.
Well, if you've not seen cultural eating, that is where we find a food for the other fella to eat. I found an absolute ripper in Bolivia. And Shrinkston, just hope you don't mind if I chat again. You're on holidays over here, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the worst thing that you've put in your mouth on holidays? In fact, because I think don't say, don't answer. Just for the sake of whatever relationship you have with whoever's next to you, don't answer. But I think Andy can beat it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think we have to necessarily say what I did exactly because it becomes apparent.
No, we don't have to say it. But I've just written it down for you, Shrinkster. So that's what's coming up. Okay, great. No, I just wanted to share it with you.
Well, it is a dish, everyone. In Bolivia, it is anyway.
In Bolivia, I've found a dish for Andy.
Just sit here, because I was going to double check this is exactly what I think it is.
How long have you been?
About 10 inches, I reckon.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
And Pal knew all about it.
So we've got a special treat organised for Andy, haven't we? It's a soup.
It's a penny soup.
It's a penis soup. Yes.
A bull's penny soup.
A bull's penis.
Yeah.
Yep, a penis soup, which is quite common in La Paz.
It is very popular. Almost everybody takes this soup.
Takes a penis.
Yeah. You need some strength to go on.
Have a penis.
Have a penny soup. You will see in the restaurant even children take it to grow up strong.
Come on, Haim, keep it mature.
It's very hard. So usually it gets cooked like for 10 hours or more.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't hold it together any longer, so we went off to get Andy.
He looks hungry, doesn't he?
He does.
Yep, hungry for penis soup served by Wilma at her restaurant, where you can eat in.
Right here, thank you, sir.
Or even get a plastic bag full of it just to take away. They sell around 200 servings a day, and Ando waited patiently while I chatted to the head chef.
How big is the...
Oh, let me see. This is the soup, and this is the beans. Yes. This is the beans.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's massive.
Yes.
Yes, it really was, and it was time to reveal to Andy the delicacy.
What was that special ingredient again?
Pennies.
Penis.
Penis.
I think it's pronounced penis.
No.
The centerpiece of Andy's dish was prepared.
Penis, the soup.
The broth was added, and Wilma and I joined Andy at the table with the delicacy.
This is Wilma.
Nice to meet you. Please, my favorite plate.
Your favourite plate. Thank you. Thank you.
Just for the record, what is the favourite plate?
Penis. Soup of penis.
Soup of penis. Thank you. Thanks very much.
I think probably the best thing is to just taste the tip.
That would be an honor to see that.
It'd be an honour.
Yes.
Thank you.
No worries.
So without any further ado, I grabbed hold of this poor old bull and took a bite.
Okay. Oh, side bite. Use your incisors. Use the front. Oh, he's chewing. That's good. So chewy. It's chewing hard. Have you got it? We have tip touchdown.
It's very hard to bite through.
It's not very cooked yet.
It's not very cooked yet.
Yes.
Great.
For that reason, you are
Chewing a lot.
Yes.
Jeepers. An already chewy dish made a hell of a lot chewier.
That is not what you needed to get you over this hurdle.
2 minutes passed, and I was still struggling.
I was making excuses for Andy so he didn't offend Wilma.
He's a fussy eater. Sometimes at home I have to hide his penis in other vegetables to make him eat it. It's like a trick.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, she's very fun friend to have around.
In between gagging, I kept trying to break it down with my teeth, but it was not happening. It was relentless chewing.
It's like a packet of Tim Tams that never runs out.
No, there's differences. Oh, another piece flew out your mouth.
Bitten off more than I can chew.
It's just the tip.
This is maybe where the saying comes from.
What? Don't put a tip of a penis in your mouth if it's a bull's.
I'm so sorry.
We're pretty much on half an hour now.
I know.
How much longer would you like?
An hour.
You want an hour? You want to swizzle that tip around in your mouth for an hour?
Aim was right. I needed to get a move on. So the decision was to add some soup and swallow it all.
Like a big chewy Panadol.
Just tip it in, full mouth of soup, swish it round, bang, bang, go. 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 You got it? You got it? And that's what we're after.
You win.
Cultural eating finally complete.
A little bit of penis gristle in your teeth, that's okay.
Nice, cool.
Stick around, everybody. We wrap Gap Year up straight after this.
After the break,
Here there are anaconda.
Anaconda.
Big anaconda.
a running challenge unlike any other.
Thanks, guys.
The Amazon Marathon.
There's less hair in this, isn't there?
Heaps less hair.
Will they make it? Bonus me, I don't know nothing.
Welcome back to Gap Year, South America now, Ham. It looks like you're set up for another trick shot.
Well, I don't know. I don't want to do one unless the audience wants one, if that's what they... A lot of Billion fans in the house tonight.
No,
a lot
that
of
was
Billion
obviously
fans.
set up. Hey, don't we have something more epic to show them?
No, yeah, I will grant you. I know what you're talking about, and we can show that first. Yeah.
In the past, Hamish and I have failed a lot of challenges based on water. So to finish the series, we wanted to end with something triumphant, but also aquatic.
So the triumphant bit we thought was maybe we could run a marathon. That's triumphant. Yeah. And maybe we could run it on water, because water is aquatic.
Yeah.
Okay? Sort of a bit like Jesus, except he didn't even run a marathon. So.
Yeah, well, he also didn't have a giant inflatable cylinder.
We'll never know.
No, we do know.
We would have known that.
In the past, Ando and I have tried to achieve some pretty amazing feats in some pretty ridiculous watercraft.
Like when we tried to cross the Gibraltar Strait on an aquatrike.
We failed there.
And when we tried to use a hovercraft to deliver mail in the Marlborough Sounds.
Holy moly!
Ooh, that's a definite fail there.
But true legends bounce back. And what better way to bounce back than attempting to run 42 kilometres along one of the largest rivers in the world? In this thing, it would be the Amazon Marathon.
Preparation for our marathon started months ago.
Well, last time we did a water-based test, we didn't test the vehicle at all. And we tried to do 21 kilometres at a top speed of about 4 k's an hour.
But this time, we were going to make sure the vehicle was efficient.
All right.
Damn it.
And in its current form, it really wasn't. The top speed was less than 1 kilometre an hour. So we enlisted the help of Dr. Richard Coleman, an expert in mechanical engineering.
It doesn't really go fast at all at the moment.
Quite slippery.
We need to look at some extra traction.
Yeah.
What you need to do is create turbulence.
The gist of this conversation was basically that it needed to be bigger, stronger, faster, essentially just better at everything. And the engineering team at the University of Melbourne had the idea of adding specially designed scoops.
Haim attempted to impress this young scientist by trying to remember high school physics.
And what's the coefficient of friction on the scoops?
That's pretty immeasurable.
Is it? I could probably figure it out.
It's water, it's much different. It's actually drag coefficient.
Ugh, all right, we've been here long enough.
With no help from Haim, these designs were then sent to Zorb in New Zealand so they could make a brand new cylinder from scratch. Then the vessel was going to be shipped to the small town of Leticia in the Brazilian Amazon. It was at the hotel here where we saw the craft for the first time, 4 metres high, with 113 specially designed scoops attached. This was one day before the run.
There's been a little discussion over whether or not we break a bottle of champagne on her.
I don't think so. It's plastic and inflatable.
So into the pool it went for our first ever test of the cylinder.
Big issues. Grip, turning, staying in,
getting there.
Getting there would certainly be an issue, because the challenge was to start here, in a small village in Colombia inhabited by the Arira tribe, and then make our way along the river back to Leticia on the border of Brazil. This mammoth task would start in the morning.
I'm relieved it floats, but there's got to be 100 other things we haven't thought about. And I'm sure Haim has the same worries.
I think the peanut M&Ms are actually better over here. Big call. At 6 a.m, we set off by boat, headed for the village of the Arira tribe. Upon arrival, I think it's pretty safe to say they hadn't really seen anything like this before.
Now, the trick when trying to blow something up in the wild is to use your environment.
All our worries so far had been about the reliability of the vessel, so we met up with our guide Elvis to learn more about the river itself.
Here there are anaconda.
Anaconda?
Big anaconda.
Could they bite through the plastic?
I don't know, but the piranha fish, probably. And be careful when you fall on the water.
Yeah.
We won't.
Probably the electric eel produce 200, 300 shares. Probably kill you, I don't know.
Oh, that's good you don't know, because there's always a chance then.
Geez, it seems like you never know what's lurking underneath the water.
Even a grown man washing his face.
Anything else?
I forget. There are caiman.
What a caiman?
Caiman is the big, similar alligator.
I don't know who booked him for the pep-up talk here, but this is...
Elvis is really genius. I'll tell you what, he's giving us a lot of motivation to stay in the tube.
So with Elvis's words ringing in our ears, we made the final preparations, fitted the boots that would give us better grip, and covered off on other essential supplies.
We got energy bars.
Yep.
Energy gels.
Yep.
And Usain Bolt's autobiography.
I didn't think the last thing was necessary.
It stayed packed, and we were ready for this epic 42-kilometre challenge. The villagers helped us hoist our ship down to the mighty Amazon, where they bid us farewell and good luck.
Thanks, guys.
All they were just happy to see us go.
Goodbye. Talk about us through song.
But yes, our vessel's maiden voyage was finally underway.
The design seemed to be working. We were actually moving. I mean, not fast, but we were still going forward.
Great start, man. Good, man. Really good.
Our opening steps had been really positive. Only about 70,000 to go.
The first few kilometres were relatively hassle-free.
It's amazing how similar to a real marathon it is. When you're turning, you can also get eaten by a piranha in a real marathon.
But the sun was beating down on the cylinder, so we were trying to keep our fluids up.
It's hot. We're running in a giant magnifying glass.
Thankfully, Elvis was standing by with one of his patented pep talks.
Hamish and Andy, be careful with this plant. Look the flower, the color.
Yeah.
They're living a lot ants.
Okay, thank you. Poison ants, noted.
So with another dangerous animal added to the list, we powered on inside our big plastic chisel, hammering past the 12-kilometre mark.
Show off!
This had been our view for the last 4.5 hours, but it seemed like we were making good time, despite this being our top speed.
Do you want a reading from Usain Bolt's autobiography?
Not yet. Not yet. Not ever, actually.
Despite my relaxed attitude when the season started, I wasn't in bad shape. Yeah, I'd been partying a bit and eating some KFC, but I made some pretty good times too. Good.
Thank God for that. We shuffled towards the halfway point and pushed out into the larger expanse of the river, where the Amazon was suddenly 500 metres wide.
That's the halfway home. Holy moly.
It was an amazing milestone, and Elvis was right there to congratulate us.
You're very tired.
Yes, we are very tired. Very, very tired.
We were tired, but we couldn't believe how well we were going.
Mate, we're killing this.
Oh, yeah. Too early to crack a beer?
Well, we wouldn't have been nearly that smug if we'd have known then what the back half of the marathon had in store for us.
I think we're about to hit a proper storm, Ando.
Bad weather,
There's less air in this, isn't there?
a leaky tube, and one very wet competitor.
Be careful with the piranha. Be careful.
South America. We're in the middle of trying to run 42 kilometres along the Amazon River inside a giant inflatable cylinder.
But obviously, we're doing this for a very good cause. Just to say that we've done it.
At 7:30 in the morning, Hamish and I had set off in a giant inflatable cylinder in an attempt to run 42 kilometres on the Amazon River. We had reached halfway, but a storm was brewing, making it near impossible to control the vessel. It was tedious work, and strong winds finally pinned us against the side of the river.
Shit. Did we just hit Peru?
We actually had. We'd managed to travel 25 kilometres in the last 7 hours, but we're now at a standstill, immobilised by the wind on the banks of Peru.
And now we're Peruted.
Do you have passport?
Do you have passports?
Yeah, here is the border.
I got something even better. A reading from Usain Bolt's autobiography.
No, let's try and get back out.
Mate.
Maybe we can use the wind. Let's just try.
I was willing to do anything to avoid a reading from Usain's book, but it was helpless.
If Blake thought he was psyching me out with his performances in training, Andy, that is Usain Bolt's, that is the athlete's Bible. You've done that. You've ripped a library book.
Good.
We sat, and we sat, and we sat. Truly frustrated that after hours of running, Mother Nature's windy ways might force the end for us.
There's one thing I like to do in an emergency.
Yeah.
It's whiz. But we also have the wee fish to worry about, don't we?
Yes, the wee fish. Alongside the anacondas, alligators, electric eels and piranhas is a teeny tiny fish that can swim up your urine flow and live happily in your urethra.
Don't just wee straight in, though.
I'm not, mate. I've got an idea. I'm creating a disrupted stream so the fish can't swim up.
It looks like you're doing something very different, just so you know.
Well, it's worked. I didn't see a single fish sneak up and live in there.
You don't see them, mate. They're microscopic. You've probably got around 1,000 in there already.
Kiss the grass?
Get that grass away from me.
But crazily, during the wee break, the wind had died off.
We're going to have a crack at this?
Let's do it.
We were happy, but we'd lost an hour of valuable running time. It was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and with 16 k's to go, we needed to get a wriggle on.
Finally out of the wind, and with a small but welcomed assistance from the current, we started to gather real drive. We passed a floating forest.
We even passed some sort of strange resort.
Hi there.
Oh, hello.
But just as the music crescendoed and our confidence grew, something felt wrong with our inflatable plastic cheesel.
Well, there's less air in this, isn't there?
Heaps less air.
I think our trip to Peru might have given us a sneaky puncture. Damn it. This is a race between not us and distance anymore, but us and flotation.
Sure, we only had 6 kilometres to go, but we were losing air fast, and the lower inflation was making it super tough.
Oh. Sorry, mate, you all right?
Yeah, you good?
Yeah. Oh, almost went in the meat at Anaconda.
We were both tiring fast, but determined to make it to the end. Thankfully, Elvis again had messages of encouragement.
Hurry up, guys.
Hurry up! Hurry up! They would be out here all day!
Elvis guided us into the small estuary that would take us to the town of Leticia, where the finish line awaited.
We passed more and more villages, but after 41 k's and 11 hours in the hamster wheel, all the running had really taken its toll on our bodies.
All right, let's do this. Let's bloody rock this big old cheesel home at slightly slower than walking pace.
We had just under a kilometre to go, while more and more air escaped the cylinder.
Maybe hands and knees.
Hands and knees? Hands and knees. That's like involuntary hands and knees.
But the end was in sight. On hands and knees, we'd crawl to the finish line.
That's it, Ando. That's the finish.
Nothing would stop us.
Oh, see ya. Yes! Yes! Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
While Hamish was excited about letting off the life jacket, Elvis was actually quite worried.
Be careful with the piranha. With the piranha, be careful.
Buzz off, Elvis!
Despite that, I was actually worried about piranhas too.
Grab my leg.
No, I think you'll pull me in.
I won't. Andy, we trained for this.
This is us in the hotel pool a day earlier.
Well, that's a worry. Yep.
Is that helping?
Really elegantly, I got back in without dragging Andy into the water. And with a new world record of 12 hours and 23 minutes, oh, you can see the yellow line just behind us, we had completed the Amazon Marathon.
Oh, here we go. We're on, mate. We did it, mate. You did it, Ando. You did it! Yeah! That's 2 for the day. Thanks, Elvis.
It was nice to end the gap year on a win and alive, as both things seemed very unlikely.
Good on you, Andrew.
Well done, mate. Yeah, triumphant ending to the season. Haim, all you have to do is knock off this pull shot.
Oh, it's the hardest trick pull shot I've ever done, Ando, but if that's what everyone wants, another trick pull shot. Okay. No, cheer for that one. Yeah, okay.
Haim, I should
point out that people in the past have accused you of using fishing wire during your trick pull shots.
What?
Yeah.
I'm offended by that.
Yeah.
No fishing wire.
Okay.
No fishing wire in any of this. Jose, hand me my pull stick. Thank you, sir. And you just stay there, Jose. You've got nothing at all to do with tonight's trick pull shot. Just me and my lucky cue.
Okay, what's the
Dennis. Black ball, back left pocket. Uh-oh, I don't like the look of that ball wall down there, Ando.
You gonna jump it?
Yep. Bit of jump, bit of spin. Here we go. Just stay there, Jose. Go, go, go. Yep, just lean over. Yeah, good, Jose. Good, good. Yep, just lean over the table and look at the ball, but don't touch it. Good boy. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I don't know how he does it. Wow, that's all I've got time for tonight and completes the season of Gap. Yeah, our DVD is out tomorrow, everyone.
There might be a little bit of a behind the scenes on how I could possibly pull off the trick shots.
Don't fight for that.
No, I'll never reveal those secrets.
We'll see you next time, everyone. Good night.
Thanks a lot.
Adiós, amigos. Gracias por vernos.
If you liked that one, or actually even if you didn't, watch the next. Might turn you around.
If you haven't enjoyed any of these videos, hit the subscribe button to close this window.